Magnus, apparently pretty popular. Obviously, Ursa's a good pairing as well. And I'm looking at the draft right now and noticing neither one of those heroes are banned yet. neither the Magnus or the Ursa are banned. That apparently dominated in the first game. So noEscape Esports apparently not worried about it, despite how dominant it was in the previous game. They do have a Jakiro and a Tiny to contest it so far. They had a Tiny last game as well. It didn't fare too well in the end. They actually went with a Broodmother pick, it looks like, themselves, who kind of fell flat. He was 2-4-0 by the end of the game. All right, well, Xolotl, interesting there. They're actually going to ban Ursa themselves. So they take away Ursa. Maybe a sign of that they want to just try something different, don't want to give noEscape the chance to run it themselves. They take away the Ursa. They pick Lina for now, so it's a nice burst potentially to come. And whether or not we got some fire and ice action with Crystal Maiden and Lina, that's fun. But whether or not that's going to be a support Lina, I don't think we are 100% sure yet. You would lean more towards the offlane Abaddon, of course, but Crystal Maiden Lina supporting Cass could definitely be a possibility. It also could, of course, be that mid Lina as well. Esk is their mid player, right? Let me actually confirm that. I have, it's been a little bit since I've casted Xolotl. I believe, yes. Esk is their mid player. Ifrit, of course, their safe lane. Yano's their off lane. Rakiel, their position 4. And Hector, their position 5. noEscape Esports, we're dealing with Yamsum, Sonic, Flo, Roma 4K, and Shu. That's their roster. So a couple of players, especially if you watch NA region within the last year or so, in these qualifiers, you may recognize a couple of their players actually labeled from Russia, Flo and Sonic. I know that they have played on a couple of these NA teams, though, before, so I don't know. I assume, of course, they're in the NA region competing in these qualifiers. They just happen to originally be from Russia themselves. But that's what we're looking at when it comes to their lineup. Doom for noEscape. Doom's an interesting one. Doom getting that a couple of changes, as many did in the latest patch, as Morphling comes out pretty quickly right there. But he got a Scepter rework. The new Doom, the Inferno Blade now, the idea that it also even applies a break, as well as another 2 seconds of DPS duration that'll last for, and it's based off percentage health on top of that. It could be pretty ridiculous. I hear Capitalist actually talking about kind of theory crafting it on his stream before I jumped on to do some casting today. So I'm intrigued to see how it worked for noEscape. And interesting they pick a Morphling into it. Obviously, Doom feels pretty good, the ability itself against Morphling. But Xolotl clearly not concerned. Ifrit, very confident Morphling player, and says he's still going to make it work anyways. Morphling certainly did get some nerfs. Obviously, also got that slight buff with the armor increase, I think it was, or something like that. But yeah, the Morph no longer having the 2 health and mana amounts is a pretty hefty nerf, it's fair to say. Templar Assassin coming out for noEscape Esports. On the other side, figures has a good chance this game. They do have a couple of ways to deal with the refraction already, specifically that Lina is actually potentially pretty good. So maybe they will look to match up Lina into the Templar Assassin now, especially seeing the TA pick. But final picks to come on either side. Xolotl thinking about who they want to ban out. You look at the lineup for noEscape and figure they probably need that safe laner, and so Phantom Lancer, one of the heroes that they choose to remove. Certainly could have been good against Morphling. noEscape bans the Batrider. Yeah, Batrider would have felt pretty good right now. Great against TA. They don't have the greatest removal for that lasso to deal with it, and they pick an Anti-Mage themselves. Anti-Mage, this is one of the heroes that really stood out to me, and I know many others with the patch changes. Seems like he got buffed in a couple of ways. With his ultimate as well as his mana break itself. Very strong hero. Always has been a very strong hero, but certainly got some solid buffs on top of that now to take advantage of. So But yeah, the Mana Break now also running 5% of the target's max mana. And the Mana Void, oh, I guess Mana Void, okay, no longer pierces spell me, so I guess that's what it was nerfed there.
You may now select your hero.
Anyways, Huskar coming out for Xolotl with the final pick. The Huskar even is what they decide to run with, and Huskar is certainly a good matchup into the Templar Assassin. The Xolotl lineup feels pretty good. Huskar. I figure Doom with the Infernal Blade may not be a bad matchup to Huskar, throughout the game, but still, this does feel like a pretty good Huskar game. And being a 10th pick, you would, of course, expect that. It does come down to, does Xolotl have enough confident lockdown to deal with his anti-mage as well? And kinda. Their lockdown isn't necessarily the strongest. Of course, you do have the shield to worry about. And so Crystal Maiden will have to be wary of that. Lena's LSA potentially could land, but without a setup, pending something like a Yule's, not as ideal either. So yeah, they don't have the greatest lockdown for the anti-mage, and it's not like Huskar necessarily answered that. So it does feel like a game where if they do not address anti-mage sooner than later, then he certainly could take over. And oh yeah, that was the other point I was going to make with. So he got buffs in a couple of ways. One, just with his mana break, but the fact you can get level 30 now. And so if a game does take a little bit longer, and of course anti-mage, when it comes to experience per minute, one of the best in the game, he knows how to flash farm. He could hit level 30 realistically faster than anyone in this game. And so if it does last that long, then he's talk about benefiting from getting a level 30 faster than anyone else, getting all your talents unlocked as a result. That could be pretty ridiculous to deal with. So I'm excited to see how Anti-Mage performs. But here we go, jumping into this. What's the second game of the series once again? To reiterate,
Prepare for battle.
Xolotl has that 1-0 lead. So after a bit of a delay, we finally got some more Dota action coming at us. I want to welcome you to the stream, ladies and gentlemen, once again. I know we got there's coverage on multiple streams taking place. There's obviously just so much Dota happening. It's all over the place, and I, just like so many of you, are just certainly excited to be here and checking out this latest patch and these players competing in a qualifier for what's $1 million prize pool, mind you. But having to figure out this patch still almost on the fly in a lot of ways. And this whole week is going to be something because obviously these first 4 days all the way into the 4th is when we start finding out the teams that qualify for the major. But then the 5th and the 6th are dedicated to then the minor qualifiers. Of course, we play going to be hosting the minor qualifiers as DreamLeague hosting the major qualifiers, of course, for this cycle of the DPC. So we'll be Templar Assassin versus Huskar in the mid lane. Gotta think he's certainly very confident of this matchup. Not only with the Burning Spear going to be annoying for Ramjek to deal with, but even the Inner Fire.
The battle begins.
Something else throughout the game that TA is going to be susceptible to. Bounty Rune ends up being the 2-for-2 split. Doom. He's going to come down to the bottom lane as Crystal Maiden TP's over, but Doom immediately takes the range creep. Says thank you very much. Well, Raykill actually happened to find an Observer Ward early on. I don't know if that was an attempt to block the camp or not, but either way, gets the Observer Ward. Nice little bounty for Lena early on. The harassment began with Crystal Maiden, though. So they did actually increase the Crystal Nova cooldown in that 7.23B patch, but still very, very powerful hero. Like I said, those stats that I did have, to be fair, were from the open qualifiers as well, so not necessarily taken just after the B patch. Templar Assassin in the face of Huskar early on wants to make sure to get these last hits while she has plenty of regen to work with. And so far managing okay. But Ifrit's positioning very well here at the bottom lane. Tiny is a support Tiny, by the way. He's got the boots, so does Doom. Doom the one to farm in this lane ideally, being played by Flo. Tiny by Sonic. CS though, every time TA comes up, let the burning spears flow.
Double damage.
Denied.
Even manages to find a double damage rune as he comes back to the mid lane. Abaddon's having a fantastic time in the top lane. Janos 13-3. Anti-Mage Yamsum is 4-0. Now 5-0 even, but yeah, very good farm for. You see him using the Aphotic Shield right there to throw off Anti-Mage's farm as well.
Even trying.
As they communicate back and forth with the emotes. Lena. Aphotic Shield goes up, and Yamsum's in trouble. He does have a blink. Able to blink out in time, pops a salve. He got scary low there, though. Almost like he was panicking. Couldn't check the blink in time.
Radiant's bottom tower
As
is
we
under
hit 3
attack.
minutes, though, the CS is certainly favoring the Radiant side. Xolotl already with a solid 1,000 net worth lead with no hero kills taking place. That's when you know the farm in the laning phase is going pretty well for a team. Hector doesn't have Frostbite yet. He's going to try to pull this pull from Sonic. And he'll do so pretty well. Sonic, a little pissed off, is going to throw out that avalanche. You see Doom even running over, but Crystal Maiden, she's fast. I mean, running a 277 base movement speed. No boots needed. Probably fast enough to get away right there. Top lane, very
Radiant
deep dive from
structures are
Xolotl.
fortified.
Looks like they were trying to kill Anti-Mage, who did get very low, but is able to pop another salve and heal back up, but clearly having issue in that mid lane, or the top lane even. Still at only 9-0 CS right now, Abaddon 24-8. Look at this mid lane matchup, though, by the way.
Dire's middle
As we
tower
kind of
is under
expected,
attack.
the levels start adding up, and so does the CS for Huskar. 24-18 now in that mid. Templar Assassin, she's 23-3, but she has been jungling for a little bit as well. Back to the top lane, Lena. Not going to really matter with another Aphotic Shield. She's good to go, so Anti-Mage has to continue to play very defensive. Not much more Jakiro can do right there. Do the casters actually read this chat? I do, but we are on a stream delay, so by the time you hear this, it'll be, I believe it's up to about 5 minutes. Unfortunately, can't communicate as much as I would like. Here comes 5 minutes, though. That means bounty runes and potential neutral items now. And it looks like we're going to see a 3-for-1 favoring Xolotl as far as the bounty runes go. Templar Assassin, she's hoping for some neutral items off the bat. Farming that jungle. One's bound to drop soon.
Dire's courier.
Oh,
has been
that's a
killed.
courier kill. That was the Yamsun's courier. Oh, no.
Thanks to thee.
That's a Wraith Band, some more regen. So Yamsum is suddenly with just a couple of Iron Branches, no regen on him, and the courier's dead for another minute. This is not good news for Anti-Mage, and you can bet Xolotl's just going to start running at him. Yeah, they're like, all right, no regen. Let's just really force him out of the lane now if he wasn't before. Man, this is a brutal start for the Anti-Mage. Tiny's essentially taken over the mid lane, just trying to get levels. As Doom pops out Scorcher. That with the speed R, I'd love to see that. He is pretty damn fast, zooming around at 389 move speed.
Illusion.
Dire's top tower.
Don't believe
is
we've had a
under
neutral
attack.
item yet. Despite TA farming in that jungle. top lane. Xolotl going to start applying more pressure to the tower now as the anti-mage instead goes over to the shrine. Courier's back up in 10 seconds, so still a little bit more time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Let the siege creep here, though. Xolotl, they want to go for a tower kill even, potentially. That would be an early one. Yano, he's got face boots, pop another mango. Get rid of that liquid fire. So this tower is definitely falling. It's a matter of can they deny it or not. There's the kill on the siege creep. They're going for anti-mage. Ice Path comes out. Oh, no! What happened? This unfortunately has happened to me a couple times after the patch. Well, we'll see what happens to the tower. Usually it unfreezes after a couple seconds. Sometimes after rejoin. Apologize. It looks like they're setting up as if they are going to be able to deny the tower, though. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully the stream's good too. We might have had a hiccup there as well. Yeah, that was definitely something on my computer for some reason spazzing out. Apologies there. Okay, so we are back into the game. As you can see, obviously the tower was pushed in as we kind of expected. So it's a 4,000 net worth lead overall for Xolotl right now. They are looking very good. Got the mango tree down, by the way. A couple of mangoes nearby being planted right there for the Templar Assassin. So could have a neutral item picked up. Husker, though, he's already got the early armlet. Got the boots with the windlace. Power tread certainly coming for him.
Radiance courier.
And that's a Radiance courier going down to Yamsum. Takes out Yano's courier. That means no drums for him just yet. So at least Anti-Mage getting a bit of a positive there, despite how this game's looking early on, although he has a broom handle, by the way. We do have 10 minutes now hitting, though, and here come the outpost control.
Invisibility.
Looks like bottom going to be taken by the Radiant. I'm surprised Yano actually didn't go for the outpost first. He actually went for the bounty rune. He is going to go for the outpost now, and this will deny the experience for the Dire team. So Xolotl going to get even a bigger lead as a result of this. As you see instead, noEscape is going to go for a smoke play at the bottom side of the map. They end up running into Crystal Maiden. And they're going to find the easy kill, but, three-man smoke. Not to take away from what they just did, but only to kill the main support. Still down 5,000, well, 4,000 net worth. Yeah, now it's 5,000 at this time. You see Morphling, he's got a couple of neutral items. That Ocean Art, which is very good, as well as the Poor Man Shield, both definitely solid items to use. And Morphling is queuing up the whole Lincolns as well. Of course, potentially pretty good this game, especially dealing with this Doom. Speaking of that, gets doomed up, and Morphling, he might die. Yeah, one more hit. Doom is going to get the kill, so good job catching Ifrit off guard. Taking advantage of that Doom range right there, just enough to the trees. And he ends up finding the kill on the Morphling. So we're talking about, though, Anti-Mage with that broom handle. Pretty nice item for him to have to help him recover, if anything, after a pretty atrocious start when it comes to CS. He does have the Battle Fury queued up, of course, and still a little bit out of there, but Anti-Mage trying. This Husker, though, already so deadly, and he's now working on a Heaven's Halberd. Let's talk about locking down the Templar Assassin. Keen
Radiant's
Optic
middle
picked up.
tower is under attack.
I didn't see who got that. It looks like it was the TA. Not really the strongest item for a Templar Assassin. May want to hand that off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Shakiro just going to sit by Anti-Mage. Meanwhile, hoping that he doesn't get ganked, of course. You see the map control of Xolotl is very strong right now.
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Taking over this top portion. They keep pushing this tier 2 tower. Yano finally got those drums delivered. He also has the buckler on top of that. Going to be able to avoid the ice path. Veil of Discord just purchased by Doom in the meantime.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Doom
attack.
showing already that he's potentially going to be pretty scary this game. Kind of goes back to the Morphling pick into the Doom, the fact he's already died to him once. But that is why he's queuing up that Lincoln's once again and making very good strides to get there. And they end up taking the tier 2 tower top. Yano's been working on that for a while. Ifrit finally comes over here and helps him finish the job, and they're not punished for it. Meanwhile, Lina even just farmed away in the mid lane, has that elixir. That's what I was getting at. Take advantage of. Tiny manages to grab the Invis rune and still working on that Blink Dagger. Another 1,600 gold saved up, but getting there at least. It's Templar Assassin. See that Blink. Working on the Desolator. Huskar hasn't really been involved yet. He's, 0-0-0 prime. Showing of that is they only have 1 kill in total and 14.5 minutes in, but again, they have that 6,000 net worth lead. My guess is he wants to finish the Heaven's Helper. They are going to smoke up, it looks like. Then they're coming uphill, and there is the smoke. TP coming in behind. Oh, it's a smoke for a Roshan. In fact, the Vlad's just delivered a Abaddon in the meantime. So they get that to take advantage of as well. Both teams do get the experience bonus. Thanks to the control of those outposts. As a Philosopher's Stone was just picked up right there. Oh, Yamsum gets picked off. Meanwhile, elsewhere. That was at the top lane. It looks like Crystal Maiden ends up coming up to catch him, and Abaddon there to assist for the kill. I guess more so Lina. Okay, she did Laguna Blade to make that kill happen. Yep, there you go. So looking for these darn neutral items. Yeah, Philosopher's Stone's currently in the backpack. Probably not something that he wants, of course. He is going to hand it off to the Crystal Maiden. Makes a lot of sense there. Meanwhile, they move towards mid and talk about Huskar. He's starting to be very involved now. He's got the Aegis. He's got Heaven's Helper delivered right there. I think Eska's ready to fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Conceal yourself.
Oh man, they also throw the Ocean Heart on him as well. That regen. Ifrit also gets the Vampire Fangs. It's pretty damn good.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Tiny, he misjudged the toss. He definitely went to toss Huskar right there. I'm guessing he did at least. Trying to catch him off guard, not the case. And Yamsum goes down solo to Ifrit at the top lane. Eska ends up killing Sonic, who was tempting fate a little bit too much. Doom cancels the freezing field, but Doom is taken out immediately. It's it's just pure panic mode right now
Radiant's middle
for this Dire team. They know they're in a difficult spot, and again, a solo kill from Ifrit to take out the anti-mage as well while this is happening mid. It just does not get much worse. There is the Lincoln's delivered. This feels like, I know we missed game 1, but looking at the stats, I kind of feel like it was probably a similar performance in game 1 as well from Xolotl. This just feels like a matchup where the players just outmatch the others, and I think that's the case. Xolotl's a great team. Again, this is a team that's been together for 2+ years now. Nearly full Mexican squad. They did make a change going into this latest season with Raykill, their newest player in position 4 now. But still, very, very good squad. They've been together forever, and they're constantly always on the cusp of qualifying for especially a minor, I feel like, but haven't been able to make it just yet. So we'll see about this cycle. If right now, of course, they're in the running still for the major qualifiers, but certainly a minor is potential. But back to this game, it is just one-sided, 13,000 net worth lead. More importantly, that's 2 sets of racks now gone. You know, I talked about Anti-Mage and how he's gotten buffed and potentially could be level 30 before everyone else, but that is so far off right now. I suppose he does have his Battle Fury at least. He actually gets a Pupil's Gift right there. There you go, buddy. Uh-oh, they're hunting him. They do not have the vision over here. They don't have control of the outpost, but they are going to find him. Yamsum, he pops a counter spell. It doesn't even matter. The answer is no. Raykill credit for the kill. Laguna Blade not even needed. They end up finding Yamsum, and now they're going for more towers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
He's got a full Reaver now. He's working on the Satanic, which is actually pretty close. How low's Morphling been? Morphling's kind of been playing his own game, as he sometimes tends to. Obviously, he got that solo kill earlier onto Yamsum, and he might get a solo kill here as he morphs into Tiny, using his own Avalanche against him, and does secure that solo kill. Xolotl's just playing like clockwork right now. You can tell, again, this is a team, obviously they're 0-2 coming into this series. Of course, that was to Evil Geniuses. Yes, they did get stomped by EG, but clearly a team that is just above everyone else really in the NA region right now. And it's good to see from the perspective of not letting it phase them too much. They bounce back in the following series, and they are bound to get a 2-0 victory themselves now, pending some pretty crazy comeback from noEscape. Templar Assassin's chilling for a while, waiting for the right opportunity to strike. I don't think Abaddon is the right target. Ooh, he had a courier snipe chance. He does get it on the way back, and he is going to TP elsewhere. Meanwhile, Doom is up on Crystal Maiden, but Abaddon's keeping her alive, and you look at Doom, he's so tempted to get the kill. It's not going to work, though, as Morphling shows up, and down goes Flo. On the other side of it, this Dire team is not necessarily playing together as much as they should be, it feels like. And, I mean, Anti-Mage knew that Husker was here. He saw him literally taking the outpost. Obviously, he did not know Lena was there, I suppose. So, but that seemed a little odd to me. that was just extra greedy right there. And when you're down by this much, I suppose maybe you have to take those chances. Templar Assassin is trying to finish that BKB at least. But with a game like this, it's hard to sit here and say it's going to be an item that will change things. Yeah, Vampire Fangs on this Morphling. Definitely making benefit there. Huskar does have the full Satanic finish now. Crystal Maiden with that Villa Discord. Loving that GPM bonus. Going in, Yamsum pops counter spell. It falls off quickly though. The waveform through, and Freezing Field assisting plenty of damage as well. Xolotl just simply running at noEscape, and they can't stop it. That's 3 kills. Let's make it 4.
The temple
Romchek says, don't give up. They're going to give up. GGs are called. It's official. Xolotl will take the series 2-0 as they are now 1-0-1 here in the group stages. noEscape, I believe that was their first map. Let me double check that. Yes, this was their first match of the group stages. And so they will start 0-0-1 themselves. But a lot of Dota still to be played for still both of these teams, in fact. Of course, being day 1 of 2 days here at the group stages. So we'll see what continues to happen. All right, guys, so as far as the coverage goes, I'm going to continue here. Things have changed up a little bit. I'm actually trying to get confirmation on what the plan is as far as the casting coverage for this stream. I believe, actually, it looks like we may be switching it up, and instead we're going to be casting Group B because Group A now is being casted by the DreamLeague stream. Again, I'll do my best to confirm that. But if that is the case, then that means we're going to be jumping over to Group B, which means the next match is setting up, and it will be Evil Geniuses versus Demon Slayers. So that's actually a pretty good match. Looking forward to that one. Naturally, you'd expect Evil Geniuses the favorites, but Demon Slayers, Costabile, Annihilate, Old White, Flea, and Juan. Certainly a solid roster there. We'll see what they can bring to the table, especially on this new patch against EG. So again, I'm Breaky CPK. Ladies and gentlemen, the DreamLeague Season 13, a.k.a. the major qualifiers for the North American region, continue next. Stay tuned. We'll be back.